back, folks. You're listening to Freedom Link Radio here on Iron Talk Radio Network. I'm Joe Joseph. Alongside me, John King and Glenn Caldwell. You know, we were just talking about the Missouri River and the flooding, the devastating flooding that's taken over the Midwest. But there's also another serious problem that that's one problem. But, I mean, we're talking there's a massive, massive amount of radiation or heavy water leaking from 48 out of 65 nuclear plants in this country are leaking heavy water. And to make matters worse, you got Fort Calhoun that's underwater. What's the other one, Gwen? Cooper Station or Cooper?
Yeah, Cooper. Well, and then they want to let the Nuclear Regulatory Commission drop the standards.
Right,
how ridiculous is that?
Because nuclear power is so safe, right?
That's good, guys. That's good. Didn't Ann Coulter say that nuclear waste was good for us?
Yeah, radiation's good for you, man.
Yeah, next thing you know, they'll be dumping it in our freaking drinking water with fluoride.
Look,
and market glowing spring water.
If you ask me, it's all part of the, that's funny. You should say that. Believe it or not, at the turn of the century, and folks, you can Google search this, radon water. If you look at what, there was a craze at the turn of the century called radon water. It was invigorating, and they actually sold a cooler that was made, it had radon in it, that actually was called the Invigorator. And you'd put your water in it, and it would become radiated, and people would drink it. Well, there was a story about this playboy in New York City that was really big into radon water, and he was always hyping it up and everything else. Well, he's out doing something one day, and his jaw falls off. All of a sudden, goodbye radon water. That was a thing of the past. But you're right. It doesn't matter. Einstein said, "Boy, guys, you really picked a hell of a way to boil water." And he's absolutely right. Nuclear energy is not safe by any means. And we just had an incident the other day at NC State University in Raleigh. Their test reactor there, I didn't even know they had a freaking reactor at North Carolina State University. But they do. And
it's leaking.
Let me tell you, and it's leaking 10 gallons of water a day. Hey, not too bad, not too shabby. And, of course, they come out and they say, well, don't worry, folks. There's no problem, no detrimental effect to public health. But okay, so we got that. Then you got 48 of 65 reactors leaking water throughout the country. Then you got Fukushima, which, by the way, has 3 or 4 reactors in full meltdown. Any coverage there? Anybody saying anything about that? No. Freaking Chernobyl was 1, and we got Fukushima. That's 3 or 4. I mean, is this not crazy? I mean, is anybody not concerned here? I've got a serious problem with that. But this is what's going to happen, folks. People are going to start growing tumors in the side of their head. Apparently, that's what it's going to take. Who put this cantaloupe in my head? That's what's going to happen.
People do not use common sense. They get on the radio and television and tell them, these are safe levels. There is no safe level of radiation, for God's sake. One single little speck of dust of plutonium is freaking forever. Forever.
That's it. It doesn't go away.
No. And that it just keeps building up in your body. And so I don't know. And you know what? The other thing I want to bring up about the flooded areas, not only the nuclear problem there, but George Soros and company are offering these farmers astronomical amounts of money for their land right now.
Oh, sure.
That's flooded. So what they're going to do is they are going to buy up this farmland, because certainly they're offering more than the insurance will pay, if these people even had insurance. And so they then will grow our food in irradiated soil.
Yep.
And
Well,
God only knows what cesium, plutonium. Who the hell knows what's in those reactors? And they're never, ever going to tell you the truth.
Well, look at the
Rewilding
Rewilding
Project. If
Project.
it jumped up and slapped them.
You're right. People Google search Rewilding Project. This is another thing. This is what they're doing. It's the Rewilding Project. They are taking this land away, and that's it. So there's that much less land to grow food. Now, mind you, we have a lot of land in this country. We really do. We've got a ton of farmland. But that's what they're doing. They're trying to control the food. You know, pretty soon we'll be eating Soylent Green. I could just see it now.
Or turd burgers from Japan.
Turd burgers. Yummy. Have a little bit of turd burger.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, it's completely crazy. And, you know, Joe, you and I have talked about this. Where the hell is the outrage? Where is the outrage? There is no,
because people still have a lot to lose. They still have a lot to lose. So until they have nothing to lose, that you're not going to have it. It's not going to happen. They're still sated, you know. The king of Saudi Arabia. What they have to lose, Joe,
what they have to lose is an illusion.
Yeah,
what they have to lose is an illusion, and it's too late. It's too late to go back and turn the clock back once you don't have anything left to lose.
No, you're absolutely right.
Then.
No, you're right in the sense of it's too late then. But my problem is, and this is just something that just really chaps me, though, is that people, they won't act because they aren't at that point. They aren't at that point. They still have the things that make them comfortable. And that's the problem. You know, like the king of Saudi Arabia. Okay, well, we want to tamp down any resistance to our kingdom, so we're going to pay out. So they paid everybody. They paid them off. And you know what? They didn't protest. Why? Because they were comfortable. Hey, you know what?
Joe?
They're going to give me grocery money for the year. I'm good to go, yo. What the hell am I going to fight against these people for?
Joe, how many people, due to tornadoes, floods, and fires, are displaced or homeless? Up in Minot, North Dakota, by the time the water recedes there, it'll be too late for them to rebuild or repair before winter, before the snow flies. Minot, North Dakota is very often the coldest place in the nation in the wintertime. Where are these people going to go? Where are they going to live? I'm telling you, people, we are on the verge of a disaster that you can't even imagine. And so what, are they going to send them all off to the FEMA hotel, or what the hell? You know, what are they going to do?
That's right. Now, but even let me take it a step further. Those people that are displaced by the water, by tornadoes, by all this weird weather activity are outnumbered 100 to 1 by people on entitlements, on Social Security, disability, on all of these things that the government pay out. And not to say, you know, they're not bad people. A lot of them aren't bad people. But what I'm saying is as long as they get that hush money, they're not going to go and bite the hand that feeds them. It ain't going to happen. You know, so and that's what we have here. You've got 50% of the population, or how many? Was it 47 million people on food stamps? 47 million people in this country are on food stamps.
And that does not include the people that do not get food stamps but get government commodities. And I would be willing to bet you that number is almost equal to that, if not more.
I'm sure you're right. Absolutely right. So what is that, a third of the population? I mean, that's a hell of a number to try and overcome when you talk about trying to change the tide of opinion and change the tide of action in this country. I mean, you are fighting a hell of a wall. You're trying to bust down this gigantic wall of lethargy, you know, and it's just, it's like getting into quicksand. You know, let me try and fight this through being stuck in quicksand. And that's the way it feels, you know, that's the way I feel. It's got awful crazy. But that's the problem, is that people don't have they still have too much to lose. So as long as they still have too much to lose, they're not going to be like those people over in Malaysia or over in Africa or over in the Middle East that are saying, this far, no farther. We can't take it. No more. Get the hell out of Dodge. And that's what's happening. And we're being looted, folks. We're being looted, and there isn't much left. You know, the other day there was a bankster that said, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to put this money. It's crazy. Well, folks, we've reached the end of the road here for our inaugural show here on Orion Talk Radio. I'd like to thank everybody for listening in. Tune in, of course, every day to the wonderful shows here on Orion Talk Radio. We'll be back again from Sunday to Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, on behalf of John King and Gwen Caldwell, this is Joe Joseph signing off for the evening. Have a great evening, everybody. Take care. Can't make the sign stay this time. We are the children, last generation. We are the ones